Is Bitcoin really in trouble? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. In today's video, I'm gonna answer the question, is Bitcoin really in trouble? Is this bull market over? I am in a shitload of groups, even high-end influencer groups, where I can see a shitload of bearish mentality at the moment. So I want to answer the question for you, but also for them, if this bull market is over. At least I'm going to give my opinion on this. Of course, amazing charts and an inspirational quote at the end. Let's quickly jump into this video. Bam! First of all, before I begin talking about my opinion, if you want to trade all of that I want to share with you today, then please use my preferred exchanges down below. The number one exchange is still Bybit. Using the link will give you a deposit bonus up to 30,000 US dollar, guys. The number two exchange on the list is Blowfin, non-KYC, best upcoming exchange out there. Use it to get one of these amazing prizes. You can win a Porsche, you can win a Rolex, you can win a shitload of prizes using the link to sign up to Blowfin. Third exchange is for all those people that want to trade anonymously without sharing who they are, with connecting your wallet to a decentralized exchange. The best exchange out there, Apex Omni. Those three you need to use: Bybit, Blowfin, Apex Omni. Use the links down below. Now let's jump into that part that you're waiting for. Is this bull market over? Yesterday, the day before, I've been scrolling around in all these groups, even influencer groups, and I could see that everyone was turning bearish. People expecting Bitcoin to go to 70k, to 60k. The bull market is over. We could even go to 10k. I read an article on Cointelegraph. Now, okay, I have been in this industry now since 2013 when I started mining Bitcoin. I had that first crash in 2014 from $1,200 to $200. I started to mine Dogecoin. Yes, so I also know what altcoins are. In 2016, I decided with my family to start to travel the world, live a decentralized lifestyle, and in 2017 we decided to go all into Bitcoin. We sold our house, we sold our companies, we sold our holiday house, we sold the kids' toys, we sold literally everything that we own to go all into Bitcoin, because I started to understand the power of Bitcoin. Because of the traveling, I saw that Bitcoin was filling the gap that it was necessary to fill. You and I being able to transact value without anyone being able to stop that. That was why I decided to believe in Bitcoin. Peaceful anarchy possibilities because of the blockchain technology and the digital gold built on top of that, Bitcoin. Now, from that moment, I started to run that first bull market up to 20k. I took profits. I bought back around the 3k bottom when everyone was saying, oh, we'll go to 1k. I bought back at 3k and bam, we went to 60k. And at 60k, I again took some profit and we fell down to 16k, and I told people to buy again. I bought, and now we went even to 109k. So yes, I have been timing these markets pretty well. Now, does that also mean that I time the markets in between pretty well? Or don't I give a fuck about that because I just take a look at the zoomed out version? Buy the bear market bottom, sell the bull market top, buy the bear market bottom. I do both. Yes, long term, my capital, huge part is my pension fund, 60 to 70% in Bitcoin, I will never touch. That one is just not even near me. I can't even touch it. The other 40% I play around with. Yes, mostly of that 40%, a huge part is invested in layer 1 altcoins. A smaller part is invested in, for example, meme tokens or NFTs. And even a smaller part is invested in high risk tokens that could go times 10,000. I play around in this industry. Why? Because I don't want to invest in a traditional finance world. We don't own bank accounts as a family, so we can't even invest in the traditional finance world. And why would I want to support the traditional finance world of stocks, etc., if I'm able to support this beautiful crypto industry? So let that be very clear that my mindset might be different than yours. I am in this industry to get peaceful anarchy through the use of blockchain. On top of that, build the digital gold of the 21st century, Bitcoin, guys. That is why I am supporting this industry, because I support freedom. Not just because I want to grow my capital. That's also very important to grow your capital, but my main reason is freedom. I don't want to be the victim of central banks, digital currency. I don't want to be in full control. I don't want my next generation, my children, to be in full control of those central banks and the European Union and all of those globalist people that want to destroy your freedom. I think Bitcoin is the most important tool in a very peaceful, anarchistic way as well, guys. Now, the second reason, of course, is I want to multiply my capital and protect my capital against inflation. And as you just heard, I've been in this industry since 2013. I do know how to time that beautiful bull market top and the bear market bottom. And that's what I keep doing to my trading part of my portfolio. The largest part, long-term pension fund, I can't touch that. I don't want to touch it. It's like 60% of our capital long-term. I don't want to touch those Bitcoins. I will wake those Bitcoins up when Bitcoin is $1 million per Bitcoin or $10 million per Bitcoin. Until that time, I just play around with that 40%. And that 40%, the biggest part is in Bitcoin, the little part is in layer 1 altcoins, and the rest high risk, like I just shared with you. But to multiply my capital, I use the altcoins, meme coins, NFTs, of course, to make shitloads of profit. But with those profits, I keep buying Bitcoin. I want to multiply my Bitcoins. Why do I focus so much on Bitcoin? Because I believe Bitcoin is the only asset that will protect your capital against inflation, black swan events, and all the economic turmoil that we see nowadays all over the world. The governments are telling you that the inflation rate is 5%. I believe the inflation rate is 15%. So my capital needs to grow with more than 15% each year to be able to fight the inflation, to be able to live the same lifestyle I'm living now without spending more of my capital. I need to increase my capital at least at 15% a year. With Bitcoin, I'm increasing my capital around 40% a year because of the CAGR. That is not because I'm trading also my algorithm. My algorithm is making 3.5% a month, which is also almost 40% a year. So I want to increase my capital, so I protect my capital against inflation, against all of these possibilities of an economic warfare destroying the economy worldwide. Gold and Bitcoin will hold strong in this century. Bitcoin is the new gold. I'm going to explain a little bit later with an amazing chart how you should be understanding how powerful Bitcoin will be in the next decades if you compare it to gold, silver, or real estate. I will come back to that later in the charts. Also, my real opinion is that too many people, too many influencers, too many groups, too many users on social media are freaking out. I was in these groups yesterday all day. Even high-end influencer groups, those people were freaking out. They were thinking, oh, this is going to go to 60K, to 50K. People even shouting 10K. I saw an article on Cointelegraph, we can go to 10K. I kept repeating to all of them, also the influencers, all the other people, this is not the end. This is the midst of the bull market. This is just another pullback that we have seen 2 times already before. 26%. I will come back to that in the charts. I am not freaking out. I'm zooming out. Why? Because I know that fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's being generated by all the news and the influencers is not affecting my view on the charts. I look at charts. TA. If they tell me, and the indicators tell me this is the end of the bull market, I will be happily to share with you this is the end of the bull market. This is just another buy the dip opportunity, and I proved that yesterday, because in yesterday's video I told you, hey guys, I will later after this video tell the VIPs to open a long, and I did. I opened that long myself. I told the VIPs to open that long. We made 27% profit, as you can see over here on the screen. 27% profit. Some VIPs are still on the trade. They are now around 50% profit. I needed to go to bed. I needed rest, and I needed to have a peaceful night. So I took my profits, and I'm very happy with 27% profits on a massive trade, guys. That's a shitload of dollars, in your view, that I can use again to rent another boat trip or whatever it is here on Phuket, guys. That is how I short-term play the market. Whenever we dip this harsh, I know that's a beautiful moment to open a trade. I also look at my indicators. They were even indicated on the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. Open a trade, and I will open the trade, and I will share with the VIPs, and they will be making profits. Long term, mid-term, nothing has changed. I still have the same opinion. This bull market is going to end in the last quarter of this year. I'm going to show you another chart in the charts that will show you why I believe this. These dips are for buying, not for crying. When the blood is on the streets, you buy. Buy the dip. Stop crying, start buying. These are the moments you have been waiting for. Finally, we came below 80K again. That was the thing you were dreaming of, and then we go below it and you don't buy it. That is wrong with the mentality of the herd. Most people follow the wrong influencers, follow the wrong news agency, follow all the wrong people in this industry because they don't have the experience, and they are even more shaky than the people that are following them. Believe me, I know this industry. On screen, they all look like, wow, we are good influencers. But on the back, they are all fearful because they thought Bitcoin would be crashing. That would be the end. While the indicators, the charts are not telling us that. They are telling us the opposite. But I will show you this amazing news in the charts because that is how you maybe visualize a little bit more easy what I believe. But let one thing be clear. I am not only in Bitcoin for the profits. For me, it is protecting my freedom in the future, protecting the freedom of my children in the future. Because I don't want them to become part of some kind of world order that has one currency and it does with that currency whatever they want, and we don't have the freedom anymore to spend currencies whenever we want. During that first part of our trip, that first part of our holiday, I started to understand the power of Bitcoin. Aside of protecting my capital, I also understood it's a freedom tool for me and you to transact value without anyone being able to stop it. I can send a little bit of Bitcoin to my cousin on the Moluccan Islands where they don't have a bank account, and nobody can stop me transferring the wealth through him. That is decentralization of wealth, and that could lead, by investing early, into generational wealth for you and your kids and the next generations. And that is what I saw early, and that is why we went all in. Because we understood the freedom part, we understood the importance of the Bitcoin tool for the world, and we understood it could protect our capital against the inflation that's being created by central banks and governments. That are the main reasons, guys. But let's jump into the charts now to show you why you should be stopping with crying and starting to be buying because of these moments that I will point to you in the charts. Bam. This is the first chart, guys. First coffee, and yes, in Bitcoin we trust. That's the important part, guys. The first chart is the 4-hour chart, guys. Let me see on this 4-hour chart where we are. Yes, there we are. Now, the 4-hour chart clearly gave me a buy signal. To be very clear, yesterday I did share that buy signal with my VIPs. I bought it already on the 1 hour. I told the guys, okay, open this trade and we will ride it to around 80K and take some profits. I did take profits, as you can see here on the chart. That is the trade I opened and closed and shared with the VIPs. If you want to become a VIP, go to didibambam.me. Now, on the 4-hour, we can see, of course, that we are running into resistance. The resistance will be here, this green line. That's a huge part of resistance, around 81K. When we break that, we can take it to the next resistance line, 83K, and then to the next one over there, 86K. The Bollinger Band top is now at that 86K line. So this could be a massive trade opportunity if we keep closing these candles above that yellow stepping line in the next 2 hours. Then on the 4-hour, that could be an amazing trade to take to the mid green line and then to the top green line. Okay, now the Gaussian channel, I should have talked about this one in the last couple of weeks while I didn't. I did a couple of weeks ago, but at that moment we were still closing the candles above that Gaussian channel. At the moment, we are not closing that candles above that Gaussian channel. We are inside that Gaussian channel, and I should have told you, of course I educated you to do your own research as well, but look, these candles, I was telling you, hey, we stay above it, it's all safe. This candle 27th of March closed inside the Gaussian channel. That would have been the sign that we would go to that midline 76K. And we exactly did that. Just like every time when we go into this channel, we go to that midline, try to break out, again to the midline, try to break out, again to the midline, then we break out, and we definitely break out. This channel is a very powerful channel. We stay mostly in it for a couple of weeks. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 candles. 13 5-day candles. That's 65 days, 1.5 months before we were able to break out. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 candles. That's again 70 days, 2 months before we broke out. We entered this Gaussian channel. Yes, it's going up, so the price can be going up, but it's very important we break out of this channel as soon as possible. We need to go above that 87K line again, and we can't break below this 75K midline, 76K midline, sorry. If we break down below it, we will visit that bottom line around 66K. We need to close this candle above it. In 2 days, it would be perfect if this body would be a tiny body with a large wick. There would be a lot of upward potential for this candle to go above that Gaussian channel. We need to get out of this channel as soon as possible, because else, yes, it could be over. When will the bear market start? The bear market will start the moment the Gaussian channel will go from green to red. That's a confirmation of the hardcore bear market. Of course, then already we dipped with all eyes 40 to 50% to the bottom. At the moment, we are still here at the midst. And it's very important that we hold it. If we don't hold it, you can see over here, we went almost to the bottom of that channel. We are not red yet, it's still green, not a bear market. On the weekly chart, guys, we can see that still the same support region is holding support, and I told you already weeks to months ago. I told you these two lines with this area over there will form a resistance support area. It was resistance, here we broke out, and it turned into support. We are holding that support. We are still holding that blue line. The wicks are above it, the body is above it, we are holding that blue line. We are also holding that red line, and that red line is the 50 weekly moving average. If the candle this week in 5 days and 20 hours closes down below this red and this blue line, I will turn bearish. I will tell you we could even fall back to 45K. But we need to stay above this, because that is the only very powerful area of support that we need to keep support. And if we keep support there, then I can go back again to this beautiful hash ribbon buy signal that hasn't been wrong the last couple of years. Buy signal, Bitcoin price went up massively. Buy signal, massively. Buy signal, massively run. Buy signal, massive run. Buy signal, massive run. Please understand those last 3 buy signals over here. This was a 190% run. This one, a 100% run. This one, maybe even a 50% run, would bring us to 120K. So please understand the power of these buy signals and the support of this area. This is very important, guys. The next week we need to keep supporting these lines. Then this buy signal will definitely be playing out. Huge, massive bull market continuation. All my other indicators are also not flashing. There is no pi cycle top. We are not touching that purple area. We are not seeing a bull market. There's many indicators in the bottom that tell us the bull market is not yet topped out. We can also see the green and the red line are very close to each other. At the bull market tops, there is a huge distance between the red line and the green line. That's probably going to happen over there. Why over there? Because always if we see the halving, this red line, 500 days later, top. Here again the halving, this red line, 500 days later, top. Here again the halving, 500 days later, will bring us here to September, October 2025. This is where I expect the top to be. And then I expect a full-blown bear market back to the 60K level over there in December 2026, January 2027. That is how I look at the charts, guys. Now let's jump into some more interesting charts for you. Over here, very important charts. Keep staying watching this video. These are the price drawdowns per year. Now 2023-24. This drawdown is 26%. We already had a drawdown in 2024 of 26%. You survived that one. If you would have bought that drawdown dip, the pinkish area are the drawdowns, the black line is the Bitcoin price, what happened after this drawdown? After buying this, what happened? That's a 50K Bitcoin price. We went up to 109K profits. This drawdown, if you would have bought that, what happened with the Bitcoin price after that? Massive run. This drawdown here, the pinkish, what happened with the Bitcoin price after? Massive run. Drawdown, what happened with the Bitcoin price? Massive run. Drawdown, what happened with the Bitcoin price? Massive run. These drawdowns are there for you to be able to buy the dip and have that massive run experience. That is why you should look at these drawdown charts. These are not bearish. These are the buy the dip opportunity. Stop crying, start buying. Then this chart, guys, very important chart. On this chart we can see I already drew a lot of things because I recorded the video and I didn't record the sound. Now the things that you need to understand at the moment is that this line, this is a $10 circle, $100 circle, $1,000 circle, $10,000 circle, 100K circle, 1 million circle. We keep jumping towards the next circle. We are now around the 100K circle. In the far future, we will definitely reach the $1 million circle, which will lead to a $1 million price for Bitcoin. But the more important part of this is, this area is where all the bull market tops have taken place. That is where the bull market tops happen. We are now there. That is where we are. This will take another 6 to 7 months to get in this area, and that is where the bull market starts. And that is that red line I drew over there, this one, I said, we can go above 100K again, maybe to 120, fall back to 100, then to 160, in this area of the bull market tops. That is what I'm expecting. Could we cross over here? Yeah, we can go down below and come above it. Maybe we could have crossed over there. This was the COVID crash. I don't know if you remember that one. COVID crash was over there. The bull market top will be in this segment of the spiral chart. The bear market bottom will be in this segment of the spiral of the chart. Every time these red dots are the bear market bottom. Look how beautiful they are, almost in line. These there are the halving moments, the blue dots. They happen every time in the same area. Halving moments. So we have the bottom over there. That's when we buy the dip. This is the halving, when we already take a shitload of profits and are in profit. This is the bull market top. Every time the same way, again and again and again. I am waiting for this area to happen. That is where I will start to take my profits. That is where euphoria will come, where the price will go increase and steeply increase every time again and again, and that is where we take our profits. Not here. Here's where we still buy the dip, as we're still around this 100K line. Then the next chart. I think this one is very important for all of you to understand. This one is on plan B. Over there you can see where you can follow him. His latest video is also about this chart. I loved that video. That's why I'm explaining this chart one more time for you guys. It's very important to understand this is silver. Silver is just below a $1 trillion market cap. Gold, at the moment, it's black dot over there, is the highest ever, is at a $20 trillion market cap. Real estate is around a $100 trillion market cap. Now, what you now need to understand is that the colorful dots is Bitcoin. From the beginning over here in Bitcoin, we have bull markets that every time take Bitcoin to the next line. Yeah? Here the market cap of Bitcoin was 100 million. You can see the price of the market cap over there, 100 million. The next bull market, we brought Bitcoin's market cap to 10 billion US dollars. After we went to 10 billion US dollar, we took the market cap here in 2017 to a $100 billion market cap. Then here now, 2021, we went even to a $1 trillion market cap. And by that $1 trillion market cap, we surpassed the silver market cap. Now we are still around that $1 trillion market cap. But we are not at the end of the bull market. I believe you will end a little bit higher with that market cap. Maybe 4 trillion US dollar or 5 trillion US dollar market cap would be amazing in this bull market. We always move from red dots to the blue dots, which are higher. Red dots to the blue dots, which are higher. Red dots to the blue dots, which are higher. Red dots will grow to blue dots, which will be higher. $4 trillion market cap times 4 from now is a possibility. 3 trillion is also very beautiful. The thing that I want you to understand is there will be a moment that these dots will be around this line, will be above the gold market cap, will maybe even above the real estate market cap. Why? Because we need to understand that bottom part, scarcity. Silver is scarce, gold is scarce, real estate is scarce. Bitcoin at the moment is the scarcest asset. There is no other asset in the world that has the scarcity that Bitcoin has. Scarcity is higher than the scarcity of real estate and also of gold. Now, the moment that people really start to understand, the investors, that Bitcoin is not going away but is here to stay, and the moment they start to understand that we know that there is exactly 21 million Bitcoins in the year 2140, that moment that people really start to understand it, that is the moment when they also will understand, hey shit, we don't know how much silver there is, we don't know how much gold there is, and we definitely don't know how much real estate is going to be built in the future. This is the most scarce asset, and that market cap will grow because of that towards this black line. Surpass the gold market cap of 20 trillion and even maybe surpass the real estate market cap in the far future of 100 trillion. That is what I expect of Bitcoin. That is why you should be in Bitcoin. That is what you need to understand of this chart. Bitcoin is the scarcest asset of the world. It's scarcer than silver, scarcer than gold, scarcer than real estate. The market cap is not showing that yet because the majority of the world still needs to understand the power of this scarcity. And then that market cap will go and grow towards that black line, guys. One of the most important charts you need to understand, go to the Plan B video of a couple of days ago if you want to understand all the other charts he's talking about as well, guys. That was the last chart. Let's jump into the next part. I hope you really enjoyed the charts, guys. Yes, short term, beautiful volatility, amazing possibilities to make profits, just like the profit over here. If you want to start making these profits, go and sign up to DidiBamBam.me, become a VIP, because I share all the trade setups with the VIPs. Of course, over there, you can become a VIP Gold member. You will even be able to join me on the next meetup in Europe. You need to become a VIP Gold before the 1st of May to be able to join that meetup in Europe, guys. Kick-ass meetup. Just check the socials on what the meetup in Phuket looked like last time. Epic. The next one is going to be more epic, so make sure you become a VIP Gold, guys. Long-term, amazing positioning of Bitcoin. I need to be clear, we need to hold support on that 50 weekly moving average by the closing candle of the end of this week. I showed you this already on the charts, that closing candle this week needs to be above that red line. If you have a large wick and a tiny body, that's a very bullish candle for the next upcoming weeks to go above that 100K level again. If you close a full candle down below it, that is when I will start to be a little bit more bearish and tell you very honest, hey, maybe it is time for some of you now to take profits. Because some of you, most of you, followed my channel already for over a couple of years and they all bought Bitcoin around 16 to 20K. So if Bitcoin now at 80K gives you 400% profit, you should sometimes be happy. And please be remembered by that video that I made weeks ago. Weeks ago I made a video and I told you guys, if you can't handle the emotional roller coaster of these ups and downs, get out of Bitcoin now. Bitcoin was at that moment around 95K. I told you, I warned you, this bull market, it's going to be epic, but it's also going to be an emotional roller coaster. And the moment you stay in now, you will become part of that roller coaster. I told you, I warned you a couple of weeks ago. Please check that video again. And this is exactly where we are now, that emotional roller coaster. I should have taken profit at 109K. Shit, I'm too late now. All these emotions inside of your head now. That is what I warned you for. Because I know from experience what a bull market looks like. These feelings are normal. These 27% dips to 30% dips are normal. You need to be able to handle your emotions and stay cool, or even add to your portfolio to be able to successfully end the bull market. The moment you can't handle your emotions, you will be destroyed. You will be selling with loss. You need to take your emotions in control, guys. And that is why I told you at that moment, if you're happy with the profits I generated for you from 16K to 95K, take your profits, wait for the bear market bottom around 60K again, because I still believe if we go up to 120 to 160, the new bear market bottom will be around 60K. You could have stepped out at 95K and stepped in at 60K again and not have any of these emotional roller coaster feelings. Because this last part of the bull market is that part that gives you a shit of emotions. Oh, euphoria, fucking depressive. Oh, euphoria, depressive. That is what a bull market does to you. That is what 2014 did to me, 2017 did to me, 2021 did to me, and also 2025 is doing to me, and also to all of you. That is why I gave you a warning. If you're happy with the 500% profits, take them. Wait for the bear market crash, and again, do the same move, buying near the bottom, selling near the top, because that is the long-term strategy that works the best. If you want to multiply your capital in a peaceful way for your mind, you sell around the top, you buy back around the bottom. Not the exact top, not the exact bottom, you just dollar cost average in, you dollar cost average out, you make 400 to 500% each 4-year cycle, and by that beat inflation and all the other events that could be happening in the world that will decrease your purchasing power if you stay in dollars or euros. Your purchasing power will be increasing because you choose to believe Bitcoin, guys. Now, let's jump into the inspirational quote to end this video. The inspirational quote for today, guys: I'd rather regret the things that I have done than I regret the things I haven't done. That's a very important lesson in life. Because just imagine, like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years forward, you're old. You're almost about to die. You know, you feel, I'm getting older, I'm getting older. The closer you get to 100, the more intense your feeling will be, I'm not gonna live that long anymore. Would you rather be on your bed, thinking back to all those things that you did, or would you be thinking back to all those things that you should have done? What do you think that you would prefer in the far future? I can tell you. I've seen 2 people in my life die too early. I know for sure they look back alive and they were like, I should have done this a little bit more often. I should have spent time with my kids, a little bit more quality time. I should have said I love you to that person a little bit more. I should have, I could have, I would have. That is not the feeling that you want to have on your dying bed. You want to have the feeling, wow, look what I have done in my life. Look what I have accomplished. Look how many love and time I have spent with my loved ones. You will not regret the things you did. You will only regret the things you didn't do. So start to do those things that you don't want to regret not having done in the future. Why are you postponing all of these things? Why are you still working that same job? Why are you still living that same life if you don't want to do that? You are better off when you regret the things you have done. And they don't always have a positive outcome. It can also be a negative outcome, but that negative outcome will make you grow as a person. It's simple as that. If you do things, 2 possible outcomes, good or bad. Bad will make you grow. Good will make you stronger. And again, next choice, good or bad. At least you need to keep moving forward and doing things. By that, you develop yourself, you make yourself grow, and you make yourself more happy. If you stop doing things in life that could make you happy, you will regret in the later part of your life that you didn't do that. You don't want to be regretting the things you didn't do. You want to be regretting the things you did do. And they again can have a negative outcome. The negative outcome will make you stronger. You won't give up trying. You will try again and again and again and again. That is the inspirational quote for today, a very important one. Please understand, you do not regret the things you did. You will regret the things you haven't done. Start to live life to the fullest, grab life by the balls, grab that bull by the horns, and start to live it to the fullest in the way that you want to and deserve to live life to the fullest. Please understand this inspirational quote, and I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the part, the educational part? What do you think about the charts? And what do you think about the inspirational quote? Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing day and see you tomorrow again. Bam.